Hey, everyone. We are back and we are now moving on into August. This week we are celebrating Lunasa, which is the first of the autumn harvest festivals. And I know it's like 100 degrees still in the south, and so we're not thinking about the fall at all. But this is time for us to start thinking about the things that we are starting to collect, the things that we do need to bring back in, and just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that, the height of the heat and the year and the summer is coming to a close pretty soon. Not yet, but pretty close. And we just want to be ready, right? So let's see what the cards want us to be ready for this week. And I'll give it that little shuffle. Let's see. All right, so starting with our spiritual connection card, we have the Knight of Cups. For our health and happiness card, we have the Ten of Swords. Let's see. For our love and relationships, we have the Ace of Swords. For our business and career, we have the King of Cups. And last but not least, we have our overall card, and we have the Empress. It's interesting. The first thing I notice or kind of don't notice with these cards is there's a lot of white space happening, which, I mean, isn't something I generally notice all that much, but just kind of drew my attention. And so internally, the top cards here, we are maybe feeling a little extra emotional or in our heads about some situations, but it does feel like things are moving to clear things out. And externally, it feels like really big energy. It feels like new beginnings to really show up big and in a way that feels really comfortable for us. So this feels good. This feels good. So let's get started with our spiritual connection card. And here we have the Knight of Cups. So this week might feel like you've been gathering these emotions. There's been a lot of emotions kind of swirling around you. And, whether they've been sticking to you, whether you've been hanging on to your own, it feels like you are ready to pass them forward. You're ready to give them on to someone else, to other people who either you've been holding them for or who need to hear how you feel about a situation. And it feels easy and comfortable. It feels like the natural next step. And so spiritually, as you think about any of the times that you think about sharing your emotions with someone, or you think about the fact that maybe you were hanging on to some emotions, let them flow, let them out, carry them forward, and don't hang on to them anymore, right? Let them go. If someone else is trying to, unload their emotions on you, just say, you know what, I'm moving. I can't right now. I've got my own stuff going on. I need to keep moving forward. If I can help you deal with yours in any particular way, wonderful. But if not, I got to keep it moving. Okay. So next for our health and happiness, we've got the Ten of Swords. And, this is the ending. This is the ending of something that has really been weighing on you very heavily. If there's something that, has been lingering that you thought you processed all the way through, now this is it. Like, this is the end. This is the last chapter. It's done with. It's over with. It just feels like you have to be told over and over and over and over again, like, no, this is it. It's done. Let it go. Stop worrying about it. Stop hanging on to these heavy thoughts that aren't supporting you. You've already made the right decisions. You already said what you needed to say. You processed through everything the way that you needed to. And you can't worry about it anymore. You have to let it go. What's done is done. And it's time for you to move on now to clearer thinking, to clearer thoughts and new ideas. And the only way you're going to do that is if you stop beating yourself up and stop blaming yourself. Like maybe you could have come up with some other scenario. Maybe you could have seen the future more clearly. You can't. You couldn't have. Okay. Okay, let's move on to our love and relationships. And here we have the Ace of Swords. And this feels like something new is kind of coming up for you. There's some new energy around a particular relationship. It just feels like this spark of energy around a person or a situation that you have to be new with someone, whether it's in your intimate life or in a work relationship. You may have these new thoughts and ideas about a particular person that catches you off guard, but it feels good. It feels powerful. It feels like you're on the right track and you can really own the situation. You don't feel intimidated by this person or anything. It just feels like, oh, this is new, right? And that's okay. Go with it. See where it leads you. See how things go. All right, next, let's move on to our business and career. And here we have the King of Cups. So this feels amazing. I mean, we've been feeling really wonderful in our business and career section. I think that a lot of us have made some pretty progressive moves to feel stable and release some things, and it continues to show up, really reminding us that we have put the work in. And, the King of Cups here really feels like you thought you were on the right track before and it felt good. And maybe you actually saw money coming in or structure being built. But now you're starting to really kind of sit in that, right? You're starting to feel it inside like, yes, I can do this. I can really build this thing or write this book or start this business or whatever it is you've been working on. Now you're really starting to feel it inside and it feels really good. And I want you to really sit in that, really allow yourself to see yourself as big and amazing as you really are. All right. So last but not least, this week we have the Empress in our overall position. And the Empress reminds us that we are the creator of our scenarios, of our lives, of everything that's around us. However you're feeling about your life right now, the way that you're moving forward, whether you're hanging on to things or not hanging on to things, we have manifested all of those things, right, in our life. And now is the time for you to recognize that if I am the one who can manifest everything around me, then that means I can manifest really good things. I can manifest really soft, beautiful, warm, comfortable things in my life. I don't have to just keep making things hard. I can make my life easier when I want to. If I create something that doesn't feel great or isn't in alignment with what I've wanted in the past, I can just create something else. I'm not stuck. Stop worrying about all the bad things or the things that could go wrong. Start focusing on like what feels good, right? What you've created, what you have allowed to be in your life, the good things, and any of the things that aren't going great, create something new. You get to create everything that's around you. And I think sometimes we forget that. So, overall this week, there's going to be, I think, maybe a little more emotion than what we have had in the past couple of weeks. I think the idea of emotions are going to be coming up a lot more. I think that we're going to be getting out of our heads a little bit and starting to think in some new, more positive ways. and creating some new energies around us, and it feels so good. It feels really comfortable. It feels like now is the time to really just be who you are and show up as who you are and do the things that you want to do and feel good about that because you're amazing. So, I hope this is wonderful for you. I hope you have a wonderful beginning to August and stay magical, y'all.